Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I have another book haul for you, actually. My first one in a little while, I think. A couple months probably. Usually I'll do these at the end of in my end of the month updates, but I got enough books this month that I thought it warranted its own video. This was actually a really fun month for a book haul, because some of these books were sent to me by Baen Books, as they usually send me their monthly releases, so I did pick up a few of those. Some of these were sent to me as well, and then I think one of them was like a freebie that I picked up on Kindle. I bought one or two of them myself, so kind of a mix of different, I guess, ways of acquiring all of these books, but it was a very fun month for me as far as getting new books, so figured I would take some time to talk about them. So I'm going to start with the books that were sent to me by my good friend and fellow booktuber Jonathan Cohn. You should definitely, if you have not already, go check out his channel and subscribe to it. He does some awesome stuff over there. He is quickly coming up on 10,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed to him, then go do so to help him get to that goal. He's a great channel. He's a good friend of mine. And he was kind enough to send me several of his extra Baen books. So technically this is also part of my Baen Books haul. And actually a couple of these were also a part of Baen Books' new releases, being like reprinted and stuff like that. But he sent me several books, I think 11 books from Baen, which is super cool. Just extras that he had that he didn't really need, so he thought that I might like to read them. So he sent me the first books in some series. He sent me the first first three books in Larry Correa's Monster Hunter International series, which is really cool. I've been picking up a couple of these from Baen as they've been re-releasing them and stuff like that. I'm only missing a couple of them though, so I am very happy about that. I'll be able to check out this series. He sent me the first three books in that series, so I can check them out, which is really cool. And I think I already had the first book in ebook format from Baen, but now I can also have a physical copy to read, because I do tend to prefer to read from a physical copy, so that's super cool. He also sent me the first 4 books in Timothy Zahn's Icarus series, outside of the technically first book, which is the Icarus Hunt, which I already owned, but then he started releasing more books in the series with Baen, and so that is like technically kind of a prequel. So I already had that, and Jonathan sent me books 1 through 4. Again, had a couple of these already from Baen, but now I also have physical copies, which I am very happy about. So that's really cool as well. He also sent me the Pendragon trilogy by Stephen R. Lawhead, I believe. Or I think there's more books in the series, but it was originally a trilogy. He sent those my way as well. I had talked to him about those before and said they seemed interesting to me. And so he sent those to me, which is super cool. I haven't really read much Arthurian type stuff. This is like I assume it's an Arthurian retelling kind of series, or something like that. I haven't read much of that, really. I've read like a tiny bit of like the old Arthur legends and stuff back in high school, but it'll be interesting to read that because I'm actually quite curious about some of those types of stories. And the last thing he sent me was a book by S.M. Sterling, which is called To Turn the Tide. This is like an alternate history, time travel kind of series. It's the first book in the series, and I'm recording this in early July, and Baen's new releases that were sent to me actually included the second book in this series, so now I have the first 2 books that I can check out, which is super cool. Excited to read that. That's like way outside of my norm, but I thought it sounded really interesting, so I figured that might be fun. So huge thank you to Jonathan for sending those my way. I appreciate it a whole lot, and once again, go check out his channel because he does some awesome stuff over there, and if you enjoy my videos, I think you would also enjoy a lot of his stuff as well. So next I'm going to move on to the stuff that was sent to me by Baen Books, their new releases. A few of them I picked up. And like I said, a couple of those were some of the books that Jonathan also sent me. I think 1 or 2 Icarus and Monster Hunter books were included in there, so I did pick those up this month, but I've already talked about those. So as far as other stuff from Baen Books that got sent to me, there was Fenrir by Eric Flint, which is a sci-fi book. don't really know much else about it, but it sounded interesting to me, so I picked it up. They also sent Rise from Ruin by Melissa Olthoff, which is actually one that I was very interested in, to the point that it's actually on my July TBR. I've been wanting to start reading some of Bane books for a while, and that one seemed interesting to me, so I figured I would check it out now, especially where it's a new release. Figured I could kind of review it soon after it comes out, so hoping to enjoy that one also. And they also sent out a book called All Roads Lead to Rome, which I think is also, I don't know this for certain, I can't quite remember, but I think that's also like an alternate history kind of thing. I think it might be a short story collection, but I can't remember. I might be wrong on that. But that one also sounded interesting to me, so I'm curious to see how that goes. So those were the books from Bane Books, so thank you to them also for sending those to me. I appreciate it. Very happy to be connected with them, be able to get their new releases. There's a lot of them that they have been sending out that I've been wanting to read, just haven't gotten around to it, but I am starting to make plans to read some more of their books because a lot of them do seem very intriguing to me. So we'll see what I end up reading next after Rise from Ruin, but I do intend to read some more of their stuff here in the near future. Next, I'm going to talk about a handful of books that I bought for myself this month. These were all super cheap. I only got them, I think the most expensive one that I got was like 50 cents. I got all these for very cheap this month, so was quite happy about that. So first things first, I got 2 books from John Grisham. Some of you, if you've been around since later last year, might remember I reviewed his book A Time to Kill, I think last fall, and I really, really liked it. That was my first John Grisham book. Once again, Jonathan Cohen introduced me to John Grisham and recommended that book to me a lot. Really liked it. And I saw a couple more of his books here recently, and I picked them up. So I got his book, The Firm, which I have heard pretty good things about. Figured I'd pick that up. And there was also A Time for Mercy, which is the 3rd book in the series of A Time to Kill. I can't remember the name of the character the series is named after. It's not coming to me, but it's the 3rd book in that series, so I still need to get the 2nd book in the series, and I believe there's also a 4th one out as well. So I can't read that quite yet, but I am intending to read more books in that series, so I'm gonna just have to track down book 2. So excited to get that eventually, especially where I really liked A Time to Kill. The last thing that I bought for myself this month was the 2nd Harry Potter book, Chamber of Secrets. I, some time ago, managed to get my hands on books 1 and 3, but I did not have book 2, and I still don't have any of the other ones. So I got book 2 this month, which was very exciting. So now I can start reading the books. I never read them when I was a kid. I've listened to a little bit of the audiobooks here and there because my wife is a big Harry Potter fan, and she tends to prefer audiobooks, so I've listened to a little bit of them in the car with her. But I've never read one of these books from beginning to end entirely. So I'm excited to check these out as well, and hopefully get my hands on the rest of the books in the series at some point. I really enjoy the movies. I've seen the movies all the way through the whole series a couple times now. I've seen like the first 3 like half a dozen times at least, because every time we start a marathon we stop at number 3 for some reason. But excited to check those out anyway, and I've enjoyed the audiobooks of them, the little bit that I've heard, so I'm sure I'll enjoy the books, and I'll enjoy the movies and stuff too, so I'm sure that I will have a good time with the books. And I do have one more book that I bought for myself that I forgot about, so I'm going to mention that as well. I got a book called The House of Foster Hill, which is by Jamie Jo Wright, I think, if I'm getting the name correct on that. This is one that I didn't know anything about. I don't even really know much of what it's actually about, but the blurb on the back and the cover just seemed intriguing to me. And this one also was super duper cheap, so I was just like, I occasionally like to just buy a book that I don't really know anything about just based on the cover or whatever. So I was like, might as well, it'll be something a little different for me to check out. So hopefully I'll have a good time with that one as well. And the last book that I have in my book haul to discuss is the one Kindle book that I got for free this month that was being given away, which is by Joshua Scott Edwards, and is called An Ocean of Others. I just picked this up because it was free on Kindle, and it's a self-pub book, so figured why not? I can check it out sometime. It'll be another self-pub book for me to choose from. I have a whole bunch of them, so I really need to start reading some more of them, but figured, you know, I can add it to the list and hopefully get to it someday and hopefully enjoy it. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got for my book haul. I can't remember, I counted up the number of books before I recorded this, but I can't remember. I think it was 19 or so, maybe 17, I can't remember. But either way, really happy with this book haul. Lots of books that I got that are super cool, super exciting. Looking forward to starting some of these Bane series, like the Pendragon series and Monster Hunter and all that stuff. And the other books as well. I'm very intrigued by, like John Grisham, Harry Potter, all that. So a lot of cool stuff this month. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you were able to get your hands on any cool books this month, and if so, what you were able to get. Or if you have read any of these books before that I've discussed, let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.